Well, good morning. I'm glad that we were able to get together here. I'm Don Kingett, and I'm from Kingett Warren. Our firm focuses on elder law and estate planning matters, and today we're here with some folks from Visiting Angels. We have Melissa Wiley and Bola Mustafa, and we're going to have a little conversation so we can learn more about what you folks do. So tell me, Melissa, how long has Visiting Angels been in business?
Corporate has been in business for 20 years. Our office in Mantua, it'll be 10 years this June.
Okay. And what's your role in Visiting Angels?
I am the client marketing liaison. So basically I set up assessments and bring new clients on boards. I go out to facilities and try to get them to work with our Visiting Angels, to get referrals and such for new clients.
Bola, how long have you been with Visiting Angels?
Good morning. Thank you. Actually, I've been with Visiting Angels. Surprisingly, this June coming up will be 10 years. And in May, Visiting Angels, the local office, has been 10 years. And it's just like, the corporate office is 20 years in the making. We'll be celebrating this big in Philadelphia this June.
Right.
And for that, it's been a great opportunity to be able to provide the home care services that we do in Gloucester County, Salem County, and part of Cumberland County.
Now, you're a registered nurse.
Yes, I'm a registered nurse, and sometimes when you go into a field, you don't know your purpose until when you get in there. I used to be a cardiac ultrasound tech for 11 years.
I see.
And in the purpose, my patient would tell me, "You would be good nurse," and I never listened. So one day I just said, you know what, I'm just going to try this out. After 10 years, changing career to be a nurse, and that was what I did. And everybody thought I was going to go into cardiology since that was my background for 11 years. But I guess my calling is towards the elderly, and I found myself working in a big hospital in Philly, ending up, being in the geriatric floor. And then, that was when I really changed gear and went into home care with Visiting Angels, and it's been a very great experience.
You found the passion after
Yes,
working
that's
there.
that they say find your niche and stick with it, and I think this is my niche, geriatrics.
What kind of home care services do you provide?
We do basically home care in terms of all your needs at home, daily activity of the your ADLs, companionship, actually being there for what your needs are. And those are one of the things that set Visiting Angels apart for what we do in terms of we give you that opportunity to tailor the care that you need for you and you only. It's very specific to what you need, and that's what we go by.
Tell me about your caregivers. First of all, are they insured and bonded?
Yes, our caregivers, we are actually required by the state to be insured and bonded, and all our caregivers are insured and bonded. And one thing with our caregiver is we don't just pick any caregivers. Fortunately for us, I think with the team in the office, we sit down and decide, and because Visiting Angels, one of our thing is you have to be able to choose your own caregiver, to be able to sit down, interview them, and then go with it. But before we give you that caregiver, the office team sit down based on when Melissa goes out and meet with the client or the family. Who will be a great need for this person, and we come up with the name. For the most part, I would want to say maybe about 80% of the time we are right when we kind of pick that caregiver to meet and greet with the family. They match a lot. But if they don't, we give them that opportunity to do it again.
They get another choice.
They do.
Sounds like based on your experience,
yes,
you do a pretty good
we
job.
We try, not just me, that's Amanda, Melissa, myself. We sit down and we pick up, a name from the caregiver that, I think her personality will match Miss A, and, we go from there. Now,
does the family member always get care from the same caregiver, or does that change?
That has always been one of our best way of selling Visiting Angels, in the sense that we give you that opportunity to choose your own caregiver. So being from a acute care background, I do believe in continuity of care. So we give you that client, caregiver that caregiver stays with you until you say, you know what, either being transferred to a nursing home or something happened, you know, you don't need that care or services anymore, then the caregiver will change.
And that continuity of care makes
it makes it
your
a lot
clients-
easier, especially with that dementia patient that get confused. So we try to kind of keep the same person, the same routine in the home, and that has always worked best. You know.
Now, how about medications? Is there help with medications for any of your clients?
The way we do the medication is the aides by the state law are not required to open the pills from the bottles to give to the patient. So we either ask the family member or they can get, because we have companies that do the medication pre-packet and they will deliver it to the house. All you just need is take it out of they don't take it out of the prescription medicine. So they are able to remind them to take their medicine when they're supposed to take it so that they continue taking their medicine at the appropriate time.
That's perfect, because that's very important, and a lot of elderly people forget about that, and then that's when they get into trouble. Now, once you set up a care plan and you have services, can that change over time?
Yes,
or can things be discontinued?
It can change over time based on the care needs. Sometimes we go into this home as a companion care and eventually see that, she's being really, I have to now help her get a shower or do more stuff. I will go in there, talk to the family, and then we'll change the care plan based on that. Based on their needs, because they do change. Some of these patients we do have some of them we had 5 years, some 6, some 2. It really varies, and they do change as they decline with their health. We kind of move forward with it. So.
I see, and you keep the family informed as you go along too, so that
we try to stay in contact with the family, because without the family you can't do anything. They are elderly, and my personal thing is we don't want them to feel like we're taking advantage. So if I'm going into the home, if they leave alone as a nurse, because I go in to check in to see how things are going, Melissa can go for the review just to make sure things are going on well. So we keep the family in loop. We call them, Ball is going on, Melissa's going to be going to the house. They the mom know, and then they'll know that somebody's coming in.
I see. Now, do you require a doctor's authorization for your services or no?
For the Medicaid and Medicare, I think there is a requirement for that because they need to be able to certify them as being in need of care. And when they do that, we get all that, and then we'll go ahead and proceed. Mostly for the personal private cases, they really don't. For the most part, they call us that they need care, and what we do, we arrange with the family and go in and start the services.
So if someone has activities of their daily living that they can't do and they get certified, then they could, they get certified through a physician, and then they could get Medicaid to help pay for your fees. Okay. Now, how about other insurance or Medicare? Does that ever come into play?
Yes, we do. We do accept long-term care insurance, disability insurance. We do VA veterans. They pay for services, and we do accept all insurances right now.
Now, how do the costs work for one of your clients?
Most part is basically either private pay. That's the number one choice for us. Mostly private pay. Insurance, long-term care insurance, then Medicaid. We don't accept Medicare as of now, but all Medicaid, they'll come, and then that we need to kind of get a doctor certification for the Medicaid patients.
But when you have a care plan set up, then you'll be, because then you'll know what services have to be provided, and then the family will know what it would cost at that point.
Yes, they do. Because before we go in to start, they meet with us, find out what the costs are. And I want to tell you, within the Gloucester County, we are not the most expensive, and we're just right there in the middle with pricing. So that makes it a lot easier for family. They call around, they know what it is. But we tell them it's not about the cost, it's about the care that we're going to bring into your home.
Of course, it's a family member.
Yeah.
Now, when payment is made, do you ever pay the caregiver directly, or does it go to?
No, all employees are the staff of the company. So they pay the company, no money transfer between caregivers and the family or the client. So we send the bill weekly or based on the family preference, depending on if they want it bi-weekly or monthly. We send it and they send the bill back to the office.
Got it. Okay. Now, so if visiting angels seems like it's a good choice for someone, what would be their next step? They contact you, Melissa?
Yes, they can contact me at the office,
Okay.
and I can answer any questions and concerns they may have, and we would set up an assessment for me to come out and meet with the potential client and the family.
Anything else you'd like to
I
tell
really
me?
want to say there, when you go with visiting angels, I wanted to know that you're not just going with any other agency out there. There is a passion that comes with visiting angels, and that passion radiates to the caregivers. And based on that, we are in the house. We are very involved with the caregivers in terms of what to do, because sometimes how it goes. When they get comfortable, we don't let all that happen. We go with the passion that visiting angels has to make sure that we take care of these people in their homes until they can't be in their home anymore. So our goal is to make sure that we work as a team with the family member, the doctor's office, and the caregivers to keep these patients safe at home.
Great. Well, thanks again for coming in today. This was really very informative, and this was terrific information. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you
Don.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you
We
for having us.
appreciate it.